Alright, we good? We good? Are we good? I sincerely hope we are. Just ignore my hair. If I don't look appealing to you, just turn the phone away and pretend you're listening to a podcast. Okay, we're already doing really well. Okay, we are here, we are grounded, we are safe, we are abundant. Hey everybody, and welcome back, or welcome if you are new. Hi, welcome. So basically, the other day, I posted to my Instagram asking you to recommend videos for me to do because I am creatively constipated. Sorry for the visual. So basically I compiled a list of suggestions that y'all sent, and I am doing the ones that are most interesting to me and the most feasible. So today I'm going to be doing a video requested by @AliciaCaesarReadsALot, and this video is, if you like this movie, you might like this book, okay? So this is going to be both a book and movie recommendation video, and it's going to be horror themed. So I hope you all find that interesting, I hope you like that idea, and I hope you stick around. But, and there's a huge but, before anything, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to look for this video that I'm gonna link down below, because I've already done a recommending books based on your favorite horror movie video, okay? And it didn't do well, which sucks. So I'm gonna be linking this down below, and I better look in the YouTube studio and see that y'all watched it, okay? So that's gonna be down there. I will be very pleased if you give it a shot. So let's start the list off with the film Perfect Blue. If you love the movie Perfect Blue, which is basically about this woman who is a pop star and she transitioned into becoming an actress, but then they started making her do all these like skeevy, sleazy, pornographic roles, and as a result she started to, like, you know, crack mentally and get all depressed and paranoid and shit. And while all this is happening, people around her are getting murdered. So what's going on? So if you love this movie, I think you're gonna love the book The Last House on Needless Street by Katrina Ward. And I'm not telling you why. I'm not gonna tell you what that plot's about. I'm not gonna tell you the storyline, but the vibes are there. And trust me, just trust me, okay? I don't wanna say what the similarities are, but the vibes are very much the vibes, okay? Let me just put that out there. Also, the ending of that movie and the ending of that book gave me chills. Okay, so next I'm gonna say, if you love the film We Are What We Are, which is a movie about a cannibal family, okay, I sincerely think you're gonna love one of my favorite books of the year, and that is Brother by Anya Alborn. This book is one that I reviewed on my Bookstagram. I gave it 5 stars. My friends Haley and Meg were hyping this book up, and I was like, is it really that good? It is that good, okay? It's not extreme horror, but it's just so fantastic. If you are a character-driven reader and you want to see like a gruesome book with truly dark intentions in a character-driven way, I think you should check the film out, and I sincerely think you should check this book out also.
The next day.
Okay, so I sincerely hope I don't look slightly different, because if anyone's wondering why I do, it's because it's been an entire day. Because yesterday, in the middle of me filming this, it rained. Okay, and when it's raining, in the background, the audio sounds like actual f***ing. So with that being said, I'm gonna continue filming this video now, because resilience, willpower, and I actually slept a decent 7 hours last night, which is rare for me as a person. So here we are. If you loved the film We Are What We Are, I think you're gonna love the book Brother by Anya Alborn. Both these books are about a family of, are about very interesting families that like to consume human flesh. Okay, both very character-based, both very interesting, both very elegant and deliberately paced, and not universally loved. Brother isn't the kind of book I would recommend far and wide. I have some friends who love it, and I have some friends who don't love it. Obviously I love it, I gave it 5 stars. It's a contender for book of the year for me so far. Is it better than Empire of the Vampire? I don't know, but we'll see. Anyway, and this film, We Are What We Are, isn't a movie that I would, like, I wouldn't gather friends and be like, let's watch this movie tonight for movie night, it's fun. I wouldn't do that, okay? It's a movie that will make you think. It's a movie that will inspire you, as it inspired me. And it's a movie that I think you should watch by yourself and just sit with, you know, for a while and just think about how you feel, and it's that kind of film, okay? So next is, if you loved the film 8mm with Nicolas Cage, directed by Joel Schumacher, who also directed Batman and Robin and Phantom of the Opera. Pretty diverse package, you know? Did I just say diverse package? This movie is about Nicolas Cage. I think he's a detective, and there is a mystery that he's trying to solve involving a snuff film. Whether or not it's real, who made it, shit like that. So if you loved this film, I think you're gonna love the book Dead Girl Blues, because this is also a story about a mystery being solved and a snuff film being the central thing about what motivates the person to go on the journey of solving the mystery, okay? I hope that makes sense. But the thing with Dead Girl Blues is that the person solving the mystery isn't a detective, but is rather just a normal person trying to get to the bottom of something. I really don't want to give too much away because there are surprises to be had. Even though I wasn't personally the biggest fan of this book, I thought the dialogue was a bit clunky and the third act dragged on, but the ending was really good. I loved how this book concluded. That was good stuff. But the thing is like, I think I gave the book 2 stars at first, but I think I'm gonna raise it to 3 stars because my friend who recommended this book to me was like, yo, this book is like a giallo movie, so if you haven't seen giallo before, you probably went in with wrong expectations. So I'm gonna have to study more on horror and maybe revisit this book in the future, but as of now, I'm bumping it up to 3 stars because although I did have issues, it did end in a way that I like. So that's what I think. And I did see on Goodreads that friends of mine who have read the book gave it really high reviews, so I'm recommending it. Yes, I am. Go forth. Okay, let me film this segment real quick. This is a couple of months later and I have forgotten to include this. So if you loved the book or graphic novel Crossed, I also think you need to watch the movie The Sadness. This is a Taiwanese zombie film which is described as probably the most depraved zombie film to ever be made, and I think I agree. Oh my goodness, this movie was a lot. I went on a holiday with my friends in the mountains. We watched this movie. They were scared. They were shitting themselves, and I was just like, mission accomplished. Anyway, so basically, in this book, we follow this band of survivors, and they are trying to navigate the barren wasteland that is now Earth after it's been ravaged by this virus, which turns people into zombies, but not your typical kind of zombies, more like super ultra violent and sexually depraved creatures who are conscious but do everything they can to act on those impulses. So there are people getting, you know, on the street, there's people getting ripped apart and fucked, and it's like, it's crazy. And pretty much the same thing happens in the movie The Sadness. Like, it is the closest we are ever gonna get to a film adaptation of Crossed, and honestly I'm not mad. That movie did bring its own flavor, it brought its own surprises. It is about this couple who part ways in the morning, and the whole film takes place over the course of a day when the virus just newly hits, and they are trying to find their way back to one another, and it's really freaking good. I loved it. It's got some commentary on the current we are in, commentary that is true to today's age. That's all I'm gonna say. You're gonna see it when you see it, hopefully. So read that graphic novel, watch that movie. Alright, thank you. Alright, so next. So, I think if you love the film The Hills Have Eyes, I definitely 100% recommend you check out the book Sick Bastards by Matthew Shaw. Matt Shaw. Is that his name? Hold on. Matt Shaw, bitches. I was right. Okay, so basically The Hills Have Eyes is about this family. They're going on like a trailer trip. They've got like a trailer, they're going on a trip, and they get hunted down by certain things. And over at Sick Bastards, well, it's different in terms of several things. I don't want to say. I don't really want to give too much about this book away, but I will say this. They are very similar in terms of vibes. Sick Bastards is if The Hills Have Eyes was NC-17, bitch. Just trust me on this. Okay, so next, if you loved the film 13 Sins, I think you're gonna love the book For the Sake of by Judith Sonnet, because both these stories are about bloody games, like bloody challenges. 13 Sins is about this man who gets a phone call and is like, if you do this, we're gonna give you money. And then the things that he gets challenged to do are more and more intense, and he gets looped into this whole nefarious web of bad shit that just threatens everything in his life, if you know what I mean. And then For the Sake Of is about this woman named Tabby whose daughter gets kidnapped, and the kidnappers call her up and basically make her do all these things to get the kid back. However, the things she does, it's kind of like Lisa in Survivor. It's like, how far will you go to save yourself and your kid and shit like that. This film and this book, phenomenal, amazing, gorgeous. We love them, we stan that kind of shit in this channel, okay? So if you love this film, I think you're gonna love this book, because I love this book. Also, For the Sake Of has a sequel, which actually surpasses its predecessor. Like, I gave For the Sake Of 4 stars, the sequel got 5 stars. And both these books came out in the same year. So Judith, girl, how the fuck do you do what you do? Like, how does someone write all these books in a year and have them all be good? How? I am in awe. Okay, so next, if you love the film Prisoners, this is one of Denis Villeneuve's best. Recognize. I think you're gonna love, love, love the book The Groomer by John Athan. Now, just like with The Hills Have Eyes, The Groomer is like the NC-17 version of Prisoners, okay? Prisoners. We follow this desperate dad. His kids go missing. The police suck. Vigilante justice on the dad's behalf. Same thing with The Groomer, pretty much the same storyline, but The Groomer takes it way further. I don't think The Groomer will be turned into a movie anytime soon, and if it does, she will either be NC-17 or severely neutered. Either way, great stuff. So next, if you love The House That Jack Built, and I have been so excited to give this comparison since the day I read this freaking book. If you loved The House That Jack Built by my favorite film director, Lars von Trier, I think you're gonna love the book Better the Devil You Know by Bae Deckard. Girl, listen, okay, so The House That Jack Built, probably one of my favorite von Trier films. Definitely my favorite movie that came out in 2018, without a doubt. If you watch the movie, you'll be like, yep, yep, I knew it. If you ever watch the movie, you'll be like, yep, I totally see why McKay would love this. Anyway, so this movie stars Matt Dillon, and it's about a serial killer. So we basically follow him as he recounts the 5 killings that turned him into the killer he is today. He's recounting this to this unknown narrator who we eventually find out about in the end. And then Better the Devil You Know is about a gay serial killer. So it's like a gay version of The House That Jack Built. And Bae Deckard, the author of this, really did a what the hell? Really did a fantastic job, and it was amazing, and I loved it. They're very eerily similar in ways that I don't want to give away. You'll just have to read the book / watch the movie to find out. I highly recommend both. Do that. If you want to spend your time wisely, do that, okay? Thank you. Give my movies a chance. I know that y'all are book people, but sometimes movies are good. They're good, okay? You need to watch those too. So next, if you loved the film The Green Inferno / Cannibal Holocaust, I don't know if I can put a picture of that on the screen. So if I display the words Cannibal and Holocaust on the screen, that might put me at a disadvantage, but in case I can get the poster up, this is what the film looks like. This is probably the most PG-13 version of the movie poster I can find. If you liked either of these two movies, I 100% recommend you check out the film, no, not the film, the book, Tribesman by Adam Caesar. I highly recommend checking out this book because I gave this book 5 fucking stars, bitch. 5 stars. A well-deserved, well-earned 5 out of 5. And this is because when I was 15, when I was like 16, 15 years old, I purchased a bootleg copy of Cannibal Holocaust in some place near where I used to go to school. And I was like, I love horror movies. I am not fazed by nothing. That movie traumatized me for life. I have never seen a movie that has done what that movie has done to me. Yeah, this movie is on a league of its own. And basically, if you're the kind of person who got traumatized by Cannibal Holocaust, but got super fascinated with all the trivia surrounding the thing, especially about the fact that it looked so realistic that the director actually got sued and accused of killing his own actors and had to bring the actors to court to be like, no, I did not murder these people, I just made a fucking bomb-ass, fucking realistic, fucking amazing movie. Don't watch the movie, it's super traumatizing, but very well made, okay? Well made, but will kill you on the inside. Anyway, so if you got fascinated with all the trivia, that and many other things, I highly recommend reading the book The Tribesman, because this book is one that takes all of the trivias of Cannibal Holocaust and pokes fun at it in this book. And it's also a book about being an indie filmmaker and trying to make a movie in the 1980s, where you're just like a group of passionate filmmakers who are just trying to make it big. And it's like, you know, when you have to write the script on the spot, when you have so many changes, when you have so many problems that you encounter. It's a book about the beauty of indie film, and it's ridiculously funny, super well done. It's got some gnarly kills. The characters are just so fun and so quirky to be around. This book, those movies, they make sense together, okay? So then next, I think if you love the films of David Lynch, specifically Inland Empire and Mulholland Drive, more so Mulholland Drive. I don't know that many people who've been able to sit through the entirety of Inland Empire. I did it though, because I'm a David Lynch stan. But yeah, it's a lot. So if you love those films, I think you're gonna love the books of Eric LaRocca, specifically You've Lost a Lot of Blood. Those movies and this book, they're like puzzles, okay? They're puzzles that comment on themselves, and I really don't know how else to describe it. I wouldn't recommend Inland Empire, because I think that movie is a bit too much, okay? But Mulholland Drive, if you are a fan of You've Lost a Lot of Blood, 1000% go watch this movie right now. Right now. Go do it. After this video, find a place to rent or download or watch or purchase Mulholland Drive and watch it immediately, okay? Okay. I don't really know if anyone can say they like this movie, although I think it's a fantastic film, but that's because of who I am as a person. But if you appreciate and admire the artistic integrity of the film, Sallow or the 120 Days of Sodom, I definitely think you're gonna love the book The Sluts by Dennis Cooper. Now, I have a full video explaining why I love the book so much, and in that video, I like bring the movie in to substantiate the discussion. So basically, Sallow is an adaptation of this book, The 120 Days of Sodom, by the Marquis de Sade. And this book is basically a, it's been described as an encyclopedia of perversions. And the film is obviously doesn't go anywhere near as far as this book went, but it's still a pretty fantastic film in my opinion at least, but not one that I would recommend to anyone. If our minds twist the same, maybe you'll dig it, but it's a lot, okay? What that movie did for film is what this book, The Sluts, does for literature, and I highly encourage you to watch the video that I did on this thing, because I could go on and on. I would need a lot more time to make the connection, okay? So if you could just watch that video, give it a bit more views, I'm gonna link it down below, or if I forget, it's pretty hard to miss. This is what the thumbnail looks like. But yeah, this was interesting. I might do this every few months if I can read enough horror books or thriller books that remind me of movies I've seen and liked and that I will happily recommend to people. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to notify yourself about some things, okay? Hit the bell. I'm watching you. And yeah, I hope to see you in future videos, and as always, take care.